Hello, I'm Margaret from Alabama Prepper. Hope y'all are having a good day. I have done a video. We're having a surprise birthday party tonight for the husband. And we're also having one for the daughter-in-law that turns 50. She doesn't know it yet, so I was asked to do her a cake. She's bringing my husband's cake, but I was asked to do her cake. I used to do cakes a long time ago, years ago. I've done anniversary cakes, I've done wedding cakes, I've done a ton of birthday cakes. It's been a long time since I've done a cake. So, if you would like to come along and watch me do a birthday cake, it's not a big one. I'm going to ice it. I've already baked the cake, but I'm going to show you how I go about icing a cake. It's a small cake. So if you'd love to watch me ice a birthday cake, then we're fixing to get started. The decorator's icing that I will be using for my cake is the icing that I've used for years. This is how I was taught whenever I took the few lessons that I took. We're going to be using Crisco shortening, confectionate sugar, and I have pure vanilla flavoring, and it's going to take a little bit of water. Now the water, like everything else, I do not measure. So I'm going to start off with a stick. You buy this Crisco. It has got, it's actually 1/2 cup. This is what I use a lot of times when I make my bread and stuff. So I'm using 1/2 cup plus probably half of this one. I'm using about 2/3 cup probably of Crisco shortening. So we're going to put that in there. And we're going to mix this up just a little bit. Let it mix up good. You don't have to mix it much, just a little bit. Now I have got 2 pounds of confectionate sugar. This bag has got a little over a pound left in it. So I'm going to start with it, and I'm going to put almost all of it in there. Not quite all of it. I'm going to put 1 teaspoon of vanilla flavoring, or 1/2 capful. You see how my teaspoon is. And I'm going to add just about 1/4 cup of water. And we're going to mix that. Okay, so we know it's too dry now, so we're going to add a little bit more water. You don't want to add a lot of water. You want to add it gradually, because too much water will mess it all up. Okay, now I'm going to add the rest of this bag of confectionate sugar. And I'm going to add just a little bit more water. You don't want it to put too much water in it. If you do, you have to keep adding confectionate sugar until you get it to the right consistency. This is called a decorator's icing. When I done cakes long time ago, I don't do them very much anymore. I've done wedding cakes, anniversary cakes, tons and tons of birthday cakes. but I just don't do them like I used to do them. So I'm going to add just a little bit more water. It's not quite the consistency that I want. Okay, this is the right consistency that I want to decorate my cake with. Now, it will go on the cake real good when I start putting my scallops on the cake. I may have to add a little more of the confectionate sugar, or I have to add a little bit more water, but right now, it's at the right consistency that I need to decorate my cake with. So we're gonna leave it that like this until we decorated our cake. My cake is not quite cooled enough, but we're gonna go ahead and turn it over and put it on a plate. I'm gonna put it in this plate here. And to keep the cake from sliding, I'm gonna put icing in the plate. Turn it over. And we hope it comes out. Here it goes. We will be icing our cake on the bottom. I do not ice on the top. I only done one layer cake. It's not gonna make a real big cake, but it looks like it's good. Looks like it's got, it can be the right height. It would be good if it was 2 layers, but it's only 1 layer. So we're gonna let it cool just a little bit more before we start icing it. Okay, I think my cake is cool enough to start icing. So we're gonna go ahead and start putting the icing around the side of it. You start with the side. I may have to add a little bit more water to this icing. It's a little bit stiff. Let me add just a little bit more water. Okay, maybe that's a little bit better there. We'll see. So anyhow, we're going to start icing. Like I say, this is just going to be a small cake. We're going to actually, I think there's going to be about 2 more cakes there. So, get the sides. I have not iced a cake, or I have not decorated a cake in several years. So, we'll see if I can still do it. I've done several anniversary cakes, and I don't know how many wedding cakes that I've done, but that was years ago. So I have not decorated any big cakes in quite a while. So I thought I would bring y'all along and we'd see how good we do at getting this. This is just a small layer, so it's a little bit harder to get the icing on it than it would be if it was a lot taller. But we're going to do our best to get it covered here. your icing will have to be a little bit thicker whenever you start to put your scones, I guess. I don't really know what you call it. When you put your rick-rack on the side of your cake, you have to have, the icing has to be a little bit thicker, so we'll probably have to go back and add a little sugar to it to make it just a little bit thicker. I have made cakes where I've had to just piece them together. You would never know it. We want to get enough icing on the sides of it. That's what you have to worry about with doing a chocolate cake. I had what I thought was a cake mix to put in the cake, to do the cake with, a white cake mix, but it ended up being too old. So the only thing else I had on hand was a chocolate cake mix, or a red velvet cake mix, but I didn't want to do a red velvet. So I did not have any green food coloring to do the leaves. I thought I did. I looked in every box I had. So I had to check it, experiment to try to find a green color. And so I finally put yellow and orange together, and it gave me a green color to do some leaves with, because I wanted to do some rosebuds and some leaves on the cake. All this chocolate covered up on the sides. And I'll show you, it looks kind of messy, but we're going to do a paper towel technique on it. And that paper towel will help to even the cake out around it. It's real pretty. I love doing it. But I think once we get our paper towel design on it, and then we put the little scones around it, I think it'll look pretty good. Like I say, just a small cake. All right, we're going to let this icing dry for just a few minutes, enough that we can put our paper towel design on it. And when it gets dry enough, well, I'll bring you back. Okay, we're going to go ahead and try it. I don't know. We'll have to see. But anyhow, you lay down a paper towel on top of your cake, and you spread it out with your hands really good. And your paper towel has to have a design on it. So you want to spread it out good. Lay your hand in the middle of it and pick it up. Make sure you, well, chocolate cake is not the best cake mix to use. So we're going to take it off, and you see our design on it. That's your paper towel design. You can use whatever design you like to use, you know, to put on it. So we're going to we get another paper towel, and we're going to buff up the sides. It's still a little bit wet. We'll get a little design on the sides of it. Well, I thought I would get to the other side sometime or another. But it's still just a little bit wet, but we've got a little design on the sides of it. It's stuck right here. So now, I did not have any of the wraps, so I'm going to try to use a Ziploc bag. I don't know how it's going to work, but we're going to put our scones on. I clipped a tiny hole in the bottom of this, just enough that my thing would go through. About got my icing too thick to do these. It may pop out any minute. They don't sell. Of course, I have not been to Walmart. You oh, I knew that would do that. So we're going to have to find another one and cut another hole. So I looked up and looked in my drawer, and I found some icing holders. So that was good. So let's see if we can get this going here. One thing about doing this decorator's icing, the more you have your hand on the icing, it gets softer and softer. So these are not perfect, but we're going to get the job done. Just put your sconces around your cake. Like I say, I didn't take but just a few lessons. I had a dear friend that she's passed away now that helped me to learn how to do some of the cake stuff. She was real good. But I done as many as I want. It's not what I would like to do. So it's just not something that I took a lot of time with. I would rather play in the dirt and grow flowers. So that's what I chose to do. Okay. Now let's see if we can get some on the top. They're not perfect. The icing has been handled quite a bit, and that makes a difference. If you handle the icing a lot, it makes it more softer. I'll have to put some more in the bag. I was hoping I would have enough to finish it with. Like I say, it's definitely not perfect. And my icing has got too soft. So they're not perfect like they would be if it was a little bit stiffer, but I'm in a hurry today. I've got to get this done. I don't have time to let it kind of cool down a little bit or get harder. We got that done. Like I say, it's not perfect, but it'll work out okay. All right, now I've added some pink. I took some of our icing and put some pink coloring in it and turned it pink. So we are going to, I think I've got my little thing turned the wrong way. We'll just have to see. All right, we're going to try to do some rosebuds, just rosebuds. I'm not doing anything. Oh dear, I got a hole. How I got that. But we're going to try to do just some rosebuds. Maybe, I don't know. We're going to wait. We're going to wait and see how many we need. All right, we're going to take, we've got the little rose one on there, and we're going to take and put just a little dash of this between each skull. And I tell you, my skulls look pitiful now. Maybe this will kind of cover them up a little bit. This really dresses up a cake, makes it real pretty. The smaller rose petal one that you use, this one was a cheap one that I just found. I cannot find all of my tips that I had. Like I say, it's been such a long time. But the smaller one done better than this big one did. Wish I could turn that tip around, but it is in there so tight till it's not gonna turn around for me. Got icing coming out This is the bad thing about doing this. I eat more than I can get on the cake, just about it. Let's see if I can get it. It's not no bakery looking cake, but it'll serve the purpose. Alright, so we've got 3 roses. So we want to go to some green now. Alright, now we have some green, and we're going to put some leaves on our roses. I've got the leaf tip on in the bag now. It's our leaves. I'm really glad I found these bags. Okay, we're going to try to go... Not very straight, but it'll work. We're going to do one more. If I was interested in doing this, I would take up a lot of time, but I'm not interested. I'm just not interested in doing it. So we're going to put on some more leaves here. Maybe one here. Maybe one here. And we may do like a little rose petal, maybe one little rose petal right there. Okay, now let's see if we can write happy birthday on it. So let's go. Ooh. Not very good, but it'll work. All right. Cross our T. Dot our I. And we may put just a few little rosebuds on it. Put just a little leaf. And there we go. We have a birthday cake. I hope you can see it good. It's not the best, but it's not the worst either. So, hope you've enjoyed watching me trying to make a birthday cake. If you haven't subscribed to us, please subscribe to our channel. And thank you for all the subscribers that we have got. And thank you, and you have a blessed day. I forget that this thing reads backwards. I forget to change it. So I thought I would just show you what our birthday cake looked like. Hope you've enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching.